Attempt to sell themselves in contested jobs on Selling Yourself. Next.
Imagine enduring the toughest interview of your life.
You're very clever and you're good with your answers, but who are you?
Could you handle the pressure?
How well prepared were you with that?
Sorry, I'm a bit...
If your dream job was there for the taking, could you keep your nerve?
Made a fool of myself there.
Or would you crumble?
It was an absolute nightmare.
How well could you sell yourself?
One of you is going home. You don't really want it to be you, do you?
All I needed was an apple in my mouth and I could be over the spit, because that's how I felt.
Meet two of the country's toughest recruiters. Rod Cornwall's an expert in human behaviour and body language.
If our candidates are hiding anything, I will find it.
And this is Sam Landers, a tough professional job interviewer.
I'm here to find the right candidate for the job, and I'll push as hard as I have to find that person.
They are brought in by employers to separate the strong from the weak.
I have a problem with your listening ability. You don't listen to other people.
For me, she didn't demonstrate leadership in the way that leadership needs to be.
This week, they're helping Adele Ward make her crucial appointment. Adele works for Thompson Holidays, the UK's #1 travel company, and she needs a dynamic resort team manager to run one of their top overseas resorts. It's a dream job, offering a 30 grand salary package and a chance to live and work in the sun.
We're looking for somebody that's highly enthusiastic, has lots of energy, has lots of drive, has very strong leadership skills. It really is, I feel, one of the most important roles within the company.
Having sifted hundreds of CVs, the experts have selected these 5 candidates. After 3 days of tests and interrogations, one of them will walk away with their dream job. Their first challenge is to sell their best qualities to the panel in 60 seconds. They then face tough questioning to expose any weaknesses. In job interviews, the first impressions usually seal the deal, so getting off to a good start is crucial.
I will be looking for confidence immediately, so that we'll know they can deal and handle people at all levels.
I want somebody who can show that they can take responsibility. And I want somebody who can really deliver to the panel.
At the end of this round, the candidate who makes the weakest pitch will be eliminated. First to step into the spotlight and sell themselves is Jim. The marketing manager spent the last year setting up a sales operation in Hong Kong. He's back and now wants to make it big in travel.
I would say certainly just be confident and certainly just be myself, and I'm sure, given the opportunity to speak for 60 seconds, I'm sure my confidence, enthusiasm and fantastic sense of humour will come out.
Jim's got just 60 seconds to sell his charm and calm professionalism to the panel. But can he stay cool when the panel turn up the heat?
Begin your 60-second pitch now.
Okay, good afternoon. To give you a background of my history, I'm 31 years old. I attended university in Glasgow. After university, I worked for 2 years for the Student Association. After that, I was employed by a call centre. After that, I started off as a telesales agent, where I was on the telephones for the majority of the time. I also gained a large amount of experience as a trainer.
Okay, can I stop you there? Okay, I'm hearing a CV history. We've got 5 of you coming up the stairs. One of you is going home. You don't really want it to be you, do you?
Definitely not.
Okay, so give me 30 seconds on you, the real Jim, and why we should buy you.
I have great personality, I've got great enthusiasm, I'm great at motivating people. I'm great at working.
Do you think you're selling yourself to them?
I think I'm giving you an overview of what I'm doing, yeah.
If I could say, right, okay, I'm going to take you completely out of those shoes for a second, jump you back over there and put you back in again, what would you change?
Maybe my tie.
Oh, come on.
How nervous are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say about 3.
So why are you talking so quickly and you seem so agitated? Why is that if you're not nervous?
I think I've got so much to tell you.
Well, come on, tell me.
So much to tell you about my background.
What have you got to tell me, Jim, that's going to impress me?
I'm single.
You are a very slippery character, aren't you, Jim?
I'm certainly not slippery.
You can go now.
Excellent.
Jim's attempt to be humorous has fallen flat.
I do think it was highly inappropriate to make a joke like that.
Being called a slippery customer, I've never been called that before in my life, and I think people that know me know that that's certainly not the case.
Personally, I didn't really get anything out of his 60 seconds. I thought he came across a bit arrogant at times. You know, he's got to do a lot more yet to win me around, I will have to say.
Next up, retail recruitment consultant Tracy. She trained as a dancer, but her big passion is travel, and she spent the last year trying to break into the industry.
It means the world to me to be, to get the job. It's what I want to do. It's where I see myself going. My strategy is just to be myself and see where the ride takes me.
Tracy's confident she can win over the panel with her bubbly, outgoing personality.
Hi, my name's Tracy. Let me tell you a bit about myself. I started out my life as a dancer. I then went into retail, where I was in management for 8 years. I am currently in recruitment and have been in retail recruitment for the last 2 years. I'm well travelled, spent probably most of my life going here, there and everywhere.
Okay. If there was one thing you could change about yourself, what would it be?
I would say it's probably that I'm over-exuberant. Sometimes I can overcompensate with my personality.
So let me get this right. So you overcompensate by being overly bubbly and perhaps in your face and loud?
Kind of, but I didn't really mean to come out quite like that, because I think that sounds quite obnoxious.
Okay.
That was hideous. Absolutely hideous. That woman was vile. And I just want to cry.
She is a little bit of a performer, which is great. It comes naturally to her. But, she admitted herself she could be a little bit loud, a little bit over the top. And those are things to examine with a character like Tracy. She's definitely got the personality there. And I think we all agree on that, no question.
At the end of the day, it was one chance, and I think I probably stuffed up my chance.
It's been a tough ride for Tracy. But it's about to get even tougher for the other 3 candidates as they go face to face with the panel.
OK, I'll test your honesty. How well do you think this pitch is going for you today?
Not very well.
And who will be the first to be sent home?
One of you is not going through to the next round.
Five candidates, one job, and the toughest interview process they will ever face. At stake is a dream job in the sun as the resort team manager for Thompson Holidays on a package worth £30,000. Adele Ward is the employer making the decision. Helping her are tough recruitment experts Sam Landers and Rod Cornwall. So far, 2 candidates have attempted to sell themselves in 60 seconds. Jim and Tracy were first to face the panel.
That was hideous, and I just want to cry.
There are 3 more pitches to go before the weakest candidate will be shown the door. Next in the firing line. Michael's done everything from bar work to banking, but a recent round-the-world trip has focused his mind, and he's now fixed on a career in travel.
It's just going to be something exciting, it's different, it's not your normal office job, so it'll be fun, it's something I really want to do. I want to come across as someone that can do the job, someone who's pleasant, but also, can have a good laugh.
Michael's hoping to make up for his lack of relevant experience with his energy and enthusiasm.
I have a wealth of experience of dealing with customers on a face-to-face basis, from working behind a bar. I then moved on to working in a bank, where I learnt my management skills. I learnt to deal with people, both above me and below me. Learnt my sales skills there, because you're obviously dealing with people on a face-to-face basis each day. Play cricket and football. Also like reading and writing. I've been trying to write my own book quite recently as well. Overall, I'm a rounded person. I think I've got the right skills for you. I can do the job where it's necessary. I can be a bit of a laugh where necessary. I can be a friend to the people, if they have problems, and basically bring the company's performance to what you need.
Let's just rewind the tape, okay? Yeah. Wave a magic wand, and you say to me, what would you change about that presentation if you could change it right now?
Slow down. I do have
anything else?
Probably try and be a little more clearer. I do have a habit of gabbling. That is.
Does that happen all the time? Or?
Not all the time. No, generally when I'm just a bit nervous.
Which of your personality traits are you most proud of?
My honesty.
Okay, I'll test your honesty. How well do you think this pitch is going for you today?
Not very well.
All right, thanks, Michael. You can go now.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Oh, that was not fun. Yeah, if I had to go home today, I would be very disappointed and said, yeah, I haven't actually seen me. But not the best interview I've ever had.
I like Michael. You know, he wasn't brilliant, he wasn't, you know, the best thing that's walked off the face of the earth, but the nicest thing I thought about him was he started talking about the football and I thought, oh, here we go, another lad, you know, looking for a freebie holiday in Ayia Napa or something. But then he actually went on to be quite thoughtful and said, you know, I enjoy reading and I enjoy writing, and I thought that was actually quite impressive.
You know, he had got a lot of energy, he was smiling, he gave good eye contact, but I didn't really get anything really strong out of it. Nothing really hit me or wowed me that this person is selling himself to me.
Fourth up is sales manager Simon. He is the most experienced candidate by far and has even worked as a holiday rep.
I'm at that stage of life now, you know, 1, 2 grey hairs coming through, and I'm looking for a challenge. I haven't done any preparation for the 60-second presentation. I just need to it needs to come from there. 60 seconds on what Simon Oakley's all about, and hopefully I can sell that to the panel.
Can Simon get his experience across in 60 seconds? Or will his lack of preparation let him down?
Afternoon.
Begin your pitch now.
I'm a very hands-on manager, very devoted to customer satisfaction and also to achieve the sales that are set for the company that I work for. The reason why I've applied for this position today is because next year I'm looking for a fresh challenge, and I think with the skills I've learned as a sales manager, put that together with the skills of my previous employment, I think I would be a worthwhile candidate for Thompson and taking their business forward.
Right. Sorry, Simon. Do you think we've seen your personality, your real personality here in this presentation?
I think it's just coming through now. Yeah, it's a cloudy day.
Which bit?
Just now. I think it's just coming through now. Yeah.
Okay. How impressed do you think we've been in this presentation?
I don't know. I wouldn't say 100%. I would say probably about 65, 70%.
Thanks, Simon. That's fine. You can go now.
Simon may have the experience, but has he made a good first impression?
I felt I did okay. If I was at school, I'd probably grade it a C, to be quite honest.
Bland, dull. I was totally disinterested in him.
I think it was a bit staid, perhaps, in some places. I don't think there was the wow factor in there.
There wasn't.
Last up is Claire. She runs a telesales team for a big travel company. But after 12 years behind a desk, she's decided to spread her wings and pursue her dream.
I always wanted to do this job, and it's a simple case of I'm 30 now. If I don't do it now, I don't think I'll ever do it. I just hope I don't spend the whole time going,
Can Claire clearly express her warmth and passion, or will the pressure prove too much?
Hi, my name's Claire. I've been in travel for 15 years. I've been a manager. Normally I'm a very confident person. Usually you can throw me in with anybody and I can get along with them. I like to look after people and make sure everything is done. I'm also a very mothering person. My nickname is Mother Goose by my friend.
How energetic are you?
Very.
Why hasn't it come through in this pitch, do you think?
I'm trying to stay calm.
Okay.
You know, I'm very energetic when it needs to be. I mean, I'm not a
I think this is probably an appropriate time to use your energy.
I really don't think it went well. All I needed was an apple in my mouth and I could be over the spit, because that's how I felt.
Unfortunately with Claire, she has a very little girly voice. With that, she can't command any authority.
I'm just trying to think if she's in a team environment, how she would kind of come across.
All 5 candidates have delivered their pitches. Now the panel have to decide who they're sending home.
We have 5, we've got to get it down to 4. We have to decide on one is going home.
There's 2 in my mind that I'm unsure whether we were put through.
One of you is not going through to the next round.
Simon, you're not through.
Simon, you didn't display the enthusiasm that I would have liked to have seen, and most importantly, really to come across with the passion that you can demonstrate for the business.
I was just, I guess, disappointed that I didn't get enough time to sort of be the real me.
It's the end of the road for car salesman Simon. But for the 4 survivors, things are going to get even tougher. There's another day of grueling tests before 2 more candidates will be sent home. First, there's a chance to reflect on what they've just endured.
It's tough, it's very tough. It's probably the toughest interview I've taken part in.
Jim misjudged his pitch with a poor joke, and he's lucky to have made it this far.
He's got to do a lot more for me to believe that he can do this job.
Claire's warmth endeared her to Adele, but Rod and Sam thought she lacked confidence.
I can only give it my 100%, you know, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous now.
Mike nervously garbled his speech, but his energy and enthusiasm saved the day.
I don't think I've shown anything that's too detrimental that just gone, no way.
Tracy impressed with her outgoing, bubbly performance, but the panel want to know how she will cope in a crisis.
I've learned I am a naturally confident person, but sometimes when put in certain situations, I fall apart a bit.
Running a busy resort is no holiday. To ensure all goes smoothly, a resort team manager employs a team of reps working round the clock to keep the holidaymakers happy. This crucial test will reveal which contenders are natural-born leaders. The candidates have been given a camping tent and 4 blindfolds. Blindfolded, they've got to transform the tent from this into this in just 15 minutes. To give the candidates a helping hand, they've got 60 seconds to check out the tent before the blindfolds go on.
Okay, off you go.
This task would test an experienced mountaineer. To succeed, the candidates must communicate clearly from the off.
I've got the red in my hand.
But within minutes, it's total bedlam.
Okay, I've got
They've got to be ready to go to the ground, man.
Guys, one person at a time and see what we can pull together.
Jim's flippant 60-second pitch left the panel cold.
Guys, together, sorry.
But he's now showing a cool, clinical professionalism.
We've got the 2 blue poles here, and we're looking to join, I would believe, with the red poles at some point.
What is good is that I think Jim looks as though he's taking this really serious. He's the serious one out of all of them in his actions here, and he's encouraging the others as well. I like that.
It's me.
Guys, keep a nice cool head.
I'm stood up.
Keep a nice cool head. We're doing well, doing very well.
Okay. Still don't have any.
I need a red arch pole because I found it.
It's behind. I've got it here.
Right.
Okay.
But despite Jim's best efforts, half their time's up and the tent's still in bits. In a bid to push things on, softly spoken Claire's making herself heard.
The only thing I can think of,
But I don't know what
the pole.
But has she got the confidence to take control?
Right, okay.
But there's mesh in here, and what Tracy's saying is the pole's coming out the other end, isn't it?
Claire is actually more vocal in this exercise than she has been previously.
Yeah, right, well, bend it.
I think it's a confidence thing.
She doesn't seem to look intimidated.
No, and so she's really coming out of herself. It shows.
No, I like that.
Fold it, and on the front of the other, on the back of it, there should be more.
Sorry, Clay, can you explain? I've got no idea what you're talking about.
You know, on the other end of the tent, where you are now,
No, I don't have any meshing. I've just got what feels like a front door.
Claire's trying to help Tracy, but Tracy is drowning her out.
Tracy seems to be making the most noise at the moment. Why is she lying on the floor like that?
And she's getting loud and loud. Her voice is too loud. She's talking over the others as well.
Yeah. Unless there's some sort of hooky thing.
Yeah, well, the only thing I can think of
but I don't know what that does.
Oh, right.
Goes down.
Ah, okay, hang on.
There's now just 5 minutes to go, but so far Mike's done nothing.
Michael just is so non-verbal. I mean, I just can't understand why. He's concentrating on his own little area, but he's just not saying a word, which is such a worry.
He's lacking the confidence in this greatly. He doesn't really know what he's doing.
No.
Mike's fading into the background, but Tracy's increasingly centre stage.
Okay, guys. There's lots of kind of fabric tapes that sit out the bottom that have got holes in.
What's worrying me about Tracy's performance here is that she isn't demonstrating any listening skills. She's not listening to any of her colleagues. So what worries me in that sense is that as a manager, she's not, how's she going to listen to her staff?
I think she may interpret leadership as making more noise than anybody else, and that's really not what it's about.
Tracy's overpowering management style is causing total confusion. But with just 3 minutes left, Jim steps in and reasserts his authority.
And keep the motivation up, guys. We're doing well, doing very well. This is blindfolded, remember.
Under Jim's cool guidance, the tent's taking shape.
How are you, dear? Mike, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, ready we can, guys. 2, 1, stop. Well done, guys. Good effort. Okay.
The tent's not finished, but this was really a gauge of leadership under pressure. The person who disappointed the most was Michael.
Didn't get anything from him at all, extremely quiet, wasn't involved with the rest of the team.
He didn't communicate, so no communication skills. He didn't direct anybody else, or even take any notice of anyone else. There was no leadership there and no management style.
I'm hoping that the panel think I was quite clear and quite effective in what I was saying. But like I say, it's really difficult when you don't know a kind of terminology. All I could say was I've got a pole and it fits in a hole.
For me, Tracy is a drama queen. She didn't demonstrate leadership in the way that leadership needs to be. What I mean by that is she's constantly the centre of attention.
Far too concerned with her own performance when she should have been more concerned about the group activity and leading them to a victory.
Do you think in that one I got a chance more to show that I have got leadership qualities?
I think with Claire, this exercise has been her best so far. Everybody was listening to Claire's instructions, taking on board what she was saying, but then all of a sudden it started to get noisy again. And I thought, come on, Claire, just drive this forward, just get a bit stronger, get a bit stronger. And she didn't do it.
No.
And I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
After a poor 60-second pitch, Jim's got a lot of ground to make up. Has he done enough in this test to turn it round?
Well, with Jim, I like the fact that he didn't steal the spotlight too much from the rest of the team. That was really, really good teamwork.
He was constantly reassuring and asking if the team was okay, pulling them through. And that is another aspect of a good manager.
You know, I'm starting to see some qualities in Jim that I haven't seen before, which is really good.
Jim's clawed back some ground, but there's still one more test to go before another 2 candidates are axed. Who'll survive as the candidates go head-to-head in a bid to win their dream job?
Do you think you're showing us your personality?
Top recruitment experts Rod Cornwall and Sam Landers are selecting a resort team manager for Adele Ward of Thompson Holidays. So far, one candidate has failed to make the grade and been sent home. Only 4 candidates now remain.
I definitely think I can do the job. I think I've got the skills to do the job.
Well, I think I've given as good an account of myself as I possibly could.
It certainly has been an emotional journey. I suppose that's been compared with a roller coaster.
I always wanted to travel abroad, but get paid for it.
The remaining candidates now face one vital test before the judges will be sending another 2 packing. In this critical test, the candidates have to come up with an exciting, action-packed day trip for a family holidaying at a Thompson resort.
Now, off you go.
They've got just 15 minutes to prepare for the task using the props provided.
I want to see a lot of enthusiasm coming through. I want these people to have a lot of drive. I want to see a lot of strong performance, a really, really strong delivery style. And above all, I want to see the personalities coming through.
Each candidate has 2 minutes to sell their fun day out to the panel, as if they were addressing a team of holiday reps. The panel are looking for a creative pitch packed with good ideas that makes the day sound irresistible. First up, Michael, who garbled his 60-second pitch and barely spoke in the group test. He's now got to wow the panel with a sparkling presentation. The next 2 minutes will decide Mike's fate.
Can you give us your presentation, please?
Certainly I can. We're going to start by splitting the day into 2. We'll have a nice morning day where we go to the local aqua park. Families can intermix, be by themselves. There's water slides for the kids. We'll start about 9 o'clock in the morning. That should go to about 1-ish. Then we'll move to the afternoon, where we go to the beach, which is just down from the resort. We'll have some beach games for the kids, where we can have some prizes, get them into teams, get them to intermix. Once you've done that, the parents can sit and watch, generally have a bit of a rest and just do what they like. The park itself, I've been costed for €25 for a family ticket.
All done?
Yeah, all done.
Okay. One of the things that we're looking for from this task is your personality really coming through. Do you think that we actually saw that?
Not from that talk, no. I probably did sound a bit monotone.
So why did you give us one monotonous presentation just
I
there?
was concentrating very much on speaking slowly from opposite when I did my pitch.
Yeah.
When I did my pitch, I was excited and upbeat, but I did a 60-second pitch in about 15 seconds.
Okay, you can go now, thank you.
Thanks.
I'm not sure whether I've done enough to tip the scales in my favour. I was concentrating on being clear, so unfortunately I just came across as...
For me, Michael was totally lifeless. We wanted to see some personality and we saw absolutely zero from him. I don't want to be given an itinerary, I want to buy an idea. If he's not going to be able to sell the idea to us, how the heck is he going to sit in a room full of animated holiday reps and sell to them? I can't see it.
Next up is Tracy. While her energy and sparkle aren't in doubt, the panel want to see a composed presentation that would motivate a team of reps.
We're going to go to an amazing family activity park where there is sports, funs, games. The kids can play golf. There's a pitch and putt. There's a water park. We have limited places. This activity only happens on Tuesdays. We only have 14 places left for this Tuesday's adventure. So if you want to see me after this meeting, you can buy your tickets. If not, I will be in reception for the rest of the evening. If not, you can get the tickets from me tomorrow.
All done.
How nervous are you, Tracy?
Scale of 1 to 10, probably about a 4.
Oh, 4's quite low then. I found you quite shaky.
I'd be quite disappointed by that.
All right. Thanks, Tracy. That's all for me, actually.
I thought I sounded really confident, but evil Sam thought I was shaking the whole way through.
I've got a bit of a problem with Tracy because I don't think she understood the brief there. When she gave us her presentation, it was to us as if we were a bunch of holidaymakers. It wasn't to us as if we were her reps. Now, that goes back to the problem I've had with her all along, which is the listening skills.
On the upside with Tracy, her personality definitely came out and you cannot knock her for enthusiasm. It may have been a little bit over the top in places, but, you know, directed in the right way, maybe Tracy could make a good go of it.
After a terrible start, Jim's team leadership saved the day. But the panel still have questions about his character. Will this presentation show the real Jim?
In terms of fun, we've got plenty of things later on for the kids. We take them to the zoo, where they can see a few animals. Chance to see the tiger, which likes to roar. Roar. We then take them on a pirate boat, where they get a chance to try on some props, the wooden leg, patch over the eye for the pirates. And finishing off the day is a traditional British barbecue to remind them of home. Fantastic price, very good value for money considering the action-packed day that it is. This will make or break the success of the holiday for the kids.
All done?
All done, thank you.
Do you think you're showing us your personality, Jim?
I think I'm coming across.
I'm here, by the way.
I'm coming across as best I can in terms of showing what I have to offer and what I have to lay on the table based on all the experience which I have, is how I would respond to that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now.
I don't know why they keep referring to my personality and why, or whether or not it's coming out. I've got a great personality, I've been told that many times, and I'm fun and great company, and certainly I hope it's good enough for what they're looking for.
I was hoping for a little bit more. I'm not sure if we've seen the real personality or enough of a personality so far.
Claire's got warmth and enthusiasm, but what she now needs is a commanding presentation that grabs the judge's attention.
Can we have your presentation, please?
Of course you can. I would class this as an animal theme park. They have the most spectacular parrot show. These parrots can do everything. They can ride a bike, they can fly planes, that you will laugh your socks off. There's polar bears, there's lions. The lions are really good because you can get very close. The polar bear is actually, you've got a clear glass and you can, you know how you see it on the adverts where you can put your hands with the paws, you can do all that. The kids will have a fantastic time getting that close to the animals. You have the most fun day out ever, and the price is very cheap for this trip.
If you were giving that exact same presentation to a room full of loud holiday reps, how well do you think you would have been heard?
Not very much. To be honest, how I am here, and how I am normally is, I've got to be honest, it's very different. Especially when I was managing, people could hear me. When I needed to be heard by a room full of people, they could hear me and they listened.
Thank you.
This is perhaps the most natural that I've seen Claire, you know, out of all the exercises.
I did feel like I came into my own on that one. That was a good laugh. That was a really good laugh.
Her presentation was very good. My big concern for Claire is her vocal ability. That voice, it's not big enough.
The panel must now decide which two candidates they're sending home.
Is there enough conviction behind it? Is there enough drive?
I'm also concerned, you know, how she's going to prove herself to be a good and efficient manager of people.
We've given this person a lot of opportunities, a lot of opportunities. I think they've fallen short.
Only two of the candidates will go through to the final interview.
Two of you will not be going through to the next round.
Michael. Claire. Job's not yours.
Michael, we've really enjoyed some of your ideas. However, I don't think you've shown sufficient leadership skills for this particular job.
Claire, we thought you came across as very warm, very approachable. However, we just felt that you didn't have the strength of character to actually command an audience.
Yeah. I am very disappointed that I didn't get the job, but I have also really learned from this, and I'll take it on in future.
I am gutted, and there's no two ways about it. Just can't wait to sort of like get a quick cold one down my neck, and then when I get back into civilization, so we speak, I'll probably go bang and hit me then.
2 candidates survive, battling for the job of their dreams, Tracy and Jim.
I have the ability and the skills to do the job. If they're looking for me, then I'm here.
At the end of the day, it means the world to me to get the job. That's what I want to do. I know it's what I want to do.
Jim's professional strengths have got him to the final, but the panel still feel they haven't got through to his real character. Tracy's outgoing and bubbly personality has consistently shone through, but she is a poor listener, and when the heat is on, she can lose her cool. They now have to prove themselves in the toughest interview of their lives. Sam and Rod's strategy is to fire a barrage of difficult questions to reveal the candidates' true personalities. First in the firing line is recruitment consultant, Tracy.
I really need to look at how she's likely to behave under extreme pressure, and we really need to push to find that out. It's important that we get this right for you, Adele.
I think with Tracy, she seems to kind of lose control a little bit when pressure is on her. She's at the last stage now. She's on a, sort of last questioning. How's she going to react under this pressure now as well?
Tracy faces a grueling hour-long interview. She must prove she's a good listener who can cope when under fire.
Hi.
The panel will try every trick in the book to trip her up.
On your CV, it talks about you going from a new starter to a team leader in 7 months. How did you prove yourself?
Drive, determination, motivation, and a clear understanding of the industry and what was required from clients.
So is that really good listening skills then? Or?
Yeah, really good listening
And you
skills.
think you've got good listening skills?
Hopefully.
Okay, so I'd like you to give me 5 factors that are essential in the role of a resort team manager.
Maintenance of excellent customer service, the training and development of the team.
Yeah.
The motivation.
Yeah.
And team spirit.
So far we've got maintain excellent customer service, training and development of your team, motivation and team spirit.
Can you repeat what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, see, this isn't great listening skills, Tracy, is it?
Tracy's slipped up, and she still has 20 minutes to go. Can she recover?
Do you just have one setting on your volume control, which is loud?
No, not at all. Tracy's not trying to be louder than anyone else.
But why is she
This
though?
is just me. This is who I am. This is how I speak.
Setting targets.
Yeah.
What do you do when people don't achieve those?
I sit down, I retrain, I talk about...
Why do you want the job?
I don't want to live in a rat race anymore.
How do you feel about disciplining people?
It's not a problem at all.
Okay, let's just move on a bit. One of my big concerns with you is how can you be an effective man manager if, as you've shown us in previous exercises, that you don't listen to other people and you butt in a lot?
All I can say is it's something that I could use as a development need or a development skill in myself. It's obviously something that I do, but I don't realise I'm doing.
So in that case, why would we consider you seriously as an effective manager for Thompson's?
I've got the drive, the determination, the enthusiasm. I've got the ability. Maybe it needs to be honed slightly, maybe it needs to be tweaked slightly, but I feel that I've got what could make an excellent resort manager for Thompson.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we can go now.
Feeling quite bad about kind of the performance I've maybe put across. I think they were really, really tough, real tough grilling.
We fired quite a few probing questions at her. We put her under pressure, and she did, in fairness to her, come back every single time.
She did hold her own. She held her ground there, so I was impressed with that.
You really did throw a lot of balls at her there, and she batted them back beautifully. It was a very good performance.
Despite her self-confessed lack of listening skills, Tracy's held her own. The spotlight's now on Jim. He needs to deliver the interview of a lifetime if he's going to make the job his own.
Okay, if we say no to you and your fear factor is rejection, how are you going to feel about that?
5 candidates started out in the battle to win the dream job of resort team manager. 3 grueling days later, only 2 remain, Tracy and Jim. Tracy survived the intensity of her final interview. It's now Jim's turn to take the hot seat.
To get the job would be fantastic. I feel I'm giving as much of myself as I possibly can, and as much of my personality as I have to give, and hopefully that's what Thompsons are looking for.
The first time Jim faced the panel, he was flippant and made a bad joke.
What have you got to tell me, Jim, that's going to impress me?
I'm single.
You are a very slippery character, aren't you, Jim?
Jim's won the judges back with his professionalism, but questions about his character remain.
I mean, it's the very fact that he was on a shaky level at the very beginning is why really he's got so much more to prove now.
Absolutely.
So I think this is our opportunity to really be 100% about him.
The panel will now interrogate Jim for a full hour to break through his defences and get under his skin.
What is your fear factor?
I think one of the things possibly would be rejection.
Why?
I think just that I like to surround myself with people. I'm a very social person, I'm a confident person, I'm an enthusiastic person.
Okay, all right, yeah, so rejection is the key thing. Okay, so what if we say no to you?
If you say no to me, then I would look for feedback as to why you've
Come on, right. Okay, if we say no to you and your fear factor is rejection, how are you going to feel about that? Don't give us a textbook answer, give us a real answer, give us the Jim answer.
I would be very disappointed. I would say I would have felt I'd given a very good account of myself. I've put forward my Jim Ramsey personality and everything about me.
Do you think that's enough?
I would like to think so. I'm confident I've given enough of myself and shown the 3 of you that I have got the ability and capability to be successful.
With 15 minutes left, they go at him from every angle to see if Jim's presenting a professional front or showing his true self.
What drives you, Jim?
Success, I would say as well.
Don't give me the answer that you think I want to hear. Give me your answer.
My answer would be that within...
What do you mean by that?
It takes a lot to basically get my back up.
What would you like to change about yourself?
I'd like to develop my easygoing attitude.
So which one comes first?
I would say I would work with my own personal things so long as it was maintaining and up.
That's still a guarded answer. Which one comes first?
It's not my answer would be that I would follow my own management style.
You know what? I'm yet to be convinced of you. If you had one more opportunity right now to convince us that you indeed are the right man for the job, how would you do it?
The only thing that I would emphasise to you is that I'm very keen, and I'd like to think that you would be willing and in a position to put your trust and faith in myself to do an excellent job for Thompsons.
It's a good answer, but Adele still has lingering doubts about Jim.
Okay, one of the worries I have was in your initial 60-second presentation, you seem to come across a bit flippant and a bit cocky. Can you sort of explain that to me?
I mean, I would certainly say maybe an attempt to be humorous, it's possibly come across as cheeky, and certainly if that was the case, I would certainly apologise for that, because that's certainly not the intent that was met.
Right, okay, thank you, Jim.
You can go now.
Okay, super, thanks a lot. It was tough, it was very, very tough, but hopefully I've got a job at the end of it.
I was very satisfied with that performance from Jim. He reacted on the whole very well under pressure.
He didn't really crack. I was really impressed by that.
More importantly, he was intent on giving us the right answers, not the answers that he thought we wanted to hear, but the right answers according to Jim.
The pros and cons of our candidates have been exposed by Rod and Sam, but only Adele can make the final decision.
The skills that we were first looking for did come out in this particular candidate, and I think
it's been a close call because the other candidate actually did quite well.
Yeah. They seem to demonstrate an understanding of what would happen, what this role was about.
And the communication skills are not quite as finely tuned.
We have to make a decision.
We do.
Only one person can get the role of resort team manager.
Mm-hmm.
Who's it going to be?
At the end of the day, it means the world to me to get the job. that's what I want to do. I know it's what I want to do.
I've got so much to offer and so much to give it, and I'm hungry for success and I want to do well.
It has been a tough process, but I have made my decision, and I'm giving the job of resort team manager to Jim.
When Adele said that I got the job, I felt I'd won an Oscar. Just the fact that I'd been given a dream job, or a job that I've always aspired to.
Jim, well done, mate. Very, very well done. Well done.
Well done. I'm disappointed that I didn't get the job, of course, but the best person got the job. Who knows what the future brings for me? I've had a great time, great experience. Let's see.
Well done, Jim.
Thanks, Adele.
Adele's made her choice, but do Rod and Sam agree?
For me, I feel that Jim got through very well in the final interview. We gave him some very tough questions to ask, and he stood his ground and gave us some very well-reasoned answers.
I had my doubts about Jim's strength, but he did win me over with his cool head under pressure. I actually think he'll make a very good team manager.
I'd just like to welcome you all to the Resort Team Manager training programme.
The training process with Thompson's is very, very exciting. Lots to learn, lots to pick up, and I'm so looking forward to get a chance to put that into practice. Out in resort, working abroad and having a great time.
For tips and information on the series, visit 5.tv/sellingyourself.